And we're back, and we're here to review this guy. It's the Meike 10 and 16 millimeter macro tubes. All you have to do is attach this before your lens on a Sony camera, and it helps magnify or have a minimum focus distance that's a lot closer to your subject and giving you instantly macro photography or videography. So, and this little guy is just $26, and it actually works with your autofocus. It's not perfect, but whenever you're doing macro, most of the things are pretty still anyway. So for us, for wedding videography, this helps a lot with like the rings and just detail work, things that we can set up maybe on a slider or something. This will help a lot. So we're gonna do some tests on maybe like my ring or my watch, so you could take a look at how it works. All right, so we're just gonna shoot with the A7 III with just the kit lens. I'm first gonna shoot with the 28 millimeter, and then I'm gonna shoot with the 70 millimeter and see how close I can get to this setup. I'm just gonna use photos for now, just so you can get an idea of what that looks like. All right, so here's the Meike 16 millimeter macro tube, 16 millimeter right there. This is what the inside looks like. This is what the back side looks like. All right, so here is the A7 III, and here is the macro tube, and all you have to do is attach it here, white on white. There you go. Now we put any lens. In this case, all we have is the kit lens. Boom. All right, now let's do a sample of what it looks like. This is what the camera looks like with it on. It's slightly extended. Now let's take more shots. So I got so close to the subject, you could only see either the ring or the watch now, as you can see here. So that was just with the 16 millimeter, and we're able to get so close already. So we're gonna add this 10 millimeter Meike macro tube. It's also built the same, but you can stack it on top. So that's what we're gonna do now. And we're gonna put it right on there. That's what that looks like. So we're gonna take some sample shots right now. All right, so adding the 10 millimeter tube gets you even closer. It's so close to the point that I feel like the lens is like right on top of the subject itself. But what I did notice was that it needs a lot of light. I can tell that, you know, I was all the way up to 12,800 ISO, and I was still open on 28 millimeter with f3.5. And what I also noticed is that you can get much closer if you go 28 millimeters and instead of 70, because I feel like 70 you have to kind of back up a little bit. It's still really good, but I think this is a really great option. It doesn't autofocus too well. Autofocus is enough, but if you really want to get close to the subject, I think manual focus with that and maybe put it on the slider would look really great. But that gives us a really great option, just because macro lenses are so expensive. And for $25, I feel like you can't go wrong with this, especially because you're not going to be running and gunning during your macro sessions, or most of the time it'll be set up, or you're going to be prepping the stage for you to be able to do your macro shots anyway. So in our case, it would be like rings and engagement ring, and even the invitations. That's going to make it look really nice and give a lot of detail. So I hope you like that review. Links in the description down below, and if you want to see more reviews like that in the future, let me know. Click like and subscribe. Meike macro tubes.
We're always on the edge. We fight and make love at the same time. I told you what I did last night. I recall the times you said you're sorry. I'm still not sure if you told lies, but I don't care, it's all forgotten now. We're holy when we touch anyhow. Holy when we touch anyhow. Give me a chance to make it right.